Hi, Elia. My name is Teacher Archie, and I'm going to be your teacher for today.
Okay, nice to meet
So,
you. Mhm.
yeah, it's nice to meet you too. Uh, before we continue, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I am doing fine.
Yeah, I guess you must be busy today because of there are a lot of
Yeah,
people have a class with you.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I think I can manage at some point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's too bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. So anyway, what topic do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about Maori Haka.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just bring that up,
Mm-hmm.
and we can talk about that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the Maori Haka. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you've read this article before, right?
Yeah, I've already read
hmm
it. Mm-hmm.
can you give me a short summary of it, please, if
Okay.
you don't mind?
Researchers in New Zealand
hmm
expected Maori would have higher rate of dementia, but
Oh, okay.
it wasn't. Uh,
hmm
they guess there have two reasons. One would
hmm
be they use two languages,
All right. Okay.
including English, and
hmm
another would be their traditional dance.
hmm
What's that? Haka.
That's right.
So yeah, it's when they do a haka, they
hmm
they shout a certain
Oh,
sound,
okay.
and then they
hmm
keep a certain movement.
That's
So
right.
I don't know why, but anyway, it helped their health and
hmm
also to keep dementia away. So yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Ah, well, the haka is actually, or to explain what the haka is, it is a traditional war dance, war
Mm-hmm.
dance and chant in
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand. It was used by warriors back then by the Maori tribe. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, it's actually used for events like football and
Mm-hmm.
rugby.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, during these football matches or these rugby matches, what the athletes do is that uh, they perform the haka, but I think it only applies in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, so the study says that most people who are from the Maori, from of Maori descent, are more prone to dementia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, do you think, aside from the fact that that they know two languages, do you think that there's any other reason why they're prone to dementia?
Oh, yeah. I just based on this
Okay.
article. Anyway, the main
hmm
reason would be Maori word dance haka, the haka, and
Okay.
uh, except for the haka, if
hmm
we dance or
hmm
sing a song, it's really helpful
That's
for
right.
people's health. And Maori
Ah,
word
okay.
dance, the Maori word dance includes two things.
Hello.
Yeah, including two things: chanting and also dancing.
Hmm?
So yeah, that
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Hmm?
that's why I think Maori um, yeah, Maori, I mean, that dance would be helpful for
Hmm?
Maori and then to keep dementia away.
Ah, okay. That's very good. I mean, very rarely do you see very rarely do you see something that can serve as a cure for dementia. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Have you encountered anyone who has dementia before?
Uh, there is no one who is suffering from dementia around me.
Mm, okay.
Mhm.
Ah. Well, in my family, it's actually a very common thing. It's a hereditary thing.
Oh,
It's
really?
genetic.
Wow.
hmm So it's very scary because I'm just wondering that what if in a few years' time, when I go into the age of say 80 or 70, I might
Mm-hmm.
have dementia by then. Yeah,
Oh,
which is very scary as well, actually.
but the good thing is uh, you already speak in English fluently,
hmm
and so the
That's right.
other thing you have to do is learn Maori word dance.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Maybe I should try that out. Yeah. Actually, I saw a video of how they dance the haka, the
Mm-hmm.
Maori war dance, and it's very aggressive. It's very
Oh.
it's actually very strong. It's full of strong movements. It's like the traditional how do we say this? It's like I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but in Hawaii they have something called the hula.
Mm-hmm. Hula.
hmm
But hula is not
And
aggressive dance.
oh, but it actually is.
Really? Wow, I didn't
Yes.
know that. Mm-hmm.
The real the hula that you see in TV, the one where there's a sexy lady
Mm-hmm.
doing the wavy hands thing, that's just
Yeah.
one part of the hula.
Uh-huh.
Actually, the real kind of hula is yeah, the real kind of hula usually was danced by soldiers
Mm-hmm.
in the tribes of Hawaii. hmm
Mm-hmm.
And it also had very strong movements, very precise movements.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually very nice to watch.
Mm.
So yeah, I could
S-
probably learn one of those things.
So, researchers in New Zealand also
Mhm.
do their research on people in Hawaii. I think they also
Mhm.
have a low rating of dementia because people
Oh
in
really?
Hawaii can speak. Oh no, I guess because people in Hawaii can speak English. So and
hmm
they don't have their own language in Hawaii, right? Only yeah, they only
That's
speak
right.
in English. Then it can,
Actually, no. There are
three
three major.
languages.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
the main language in Hawaii is English because they're
Mm-hmm.
an American colony. hmm
Mm-hmm.
The second one is Japanese.
Oh.
hmm A lot of people know Japanese there because from like after World War II, the prisoners of
Mm-hmm.
war who were of the U.S. who were mainly Japanese were sent into Hawaii to do labor. They were asked to grow pineapples, I believe. hmm
Mm-hmm. Pardon?
And the other dialect, the other yeah, and they were the Japanese people who were prisoners of the U.S.
Uh-huh.
were moved there to grow pineapples. hmm
Oh.
And
Okay.
the third language that they know there is something called, and it's actually very surprising when I found out it's actually called Ilocano.
What is that? What's the
It,
language of Locano?
that's a sub language here in the Philippines.
Oh,
hmm
really? So it means many
Yep.
Filipinos go went there, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
I
especially
uh-huh.
after World War II as well. Mhm.
Why many Filipinos went there?
Oh, because we were around around the First World War, we were an American colony.
Mm-hmm.
The the Americans went to the Philippines to set up camp and everything, and they took over our country. for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they took some of us
Mm-hmm.
to Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they know a local dialect
Mm-hmm.
here in the Philippines. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you have any questions before we continue?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it cures dementia. That's a very good thing, I think, because dementia is a very serious disease.
Yeah.
Uh, you know what happens to people with dementia, right?
Yeah, they don't remember what they had done, and they
Hmm.
don't know their family or their colleagues or yeah whoever around yeah them. It's the one thing, and some people might be aggressive, so they
That's
do
right.
yeah they do some
So yeah, actually,
unexpected.
my oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Some people do
Hmm.
unexpected action like
Hmm.
yeah, yelling or use. I heard the most shocking thing of
Hmm.
um, I've heard of is people who are
Hmm.
suffering from dementia spread their
Hmm.
dongs on the wall. So yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it happens too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
My grandmother actually has dementia,
mm-hmm,
and she does not know who her children are anymore.
mm-hmm,
She doesn't remember anything.
mm-hmm.
Hmm. So
How
yeah, I
many
think it's a very serious case.
how many family members are or were suffering from dementia in your family?
Only one for now.
Only
Well,
four,
there
only
used to
one.
be
Mm-hmm.
there used to be two,
Two.
but
Mm-hmm.
my great grandfather passed away already. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's just my grandmother.
So, your family members go to a hospital and do regular checkups?
Yes, actually we do.
Hmm. How often do you go to the hospital to get a regular checkup?
I go every month.
Every
Mm-hmm.
month. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Is it needed?
It is kind of it's expensive sometimes. Yeah.
Mm. No, I asked, is it needed?
Oh yeah. Not. It's not needed, but it's it's something that we want to do just to keep our bodies safe. Just to know if something's wrong, and how things are going with our lives.
If you guys found out you already got dementia, then yeah, if you detect dementia in an
Hmm.
early stage, then you can avoid the disease to go into how can I say deep
Hmm.
it how can I say, get severe. You can
Okay.
you can prohibit the dementia to get severe.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, not exactly, but what happens is you can make it not as it'll take a longer time before it actually gets to its worst.
Get to what?
Before it gets worse. Before it
Worse.
gets worse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But even if you do whatever doctors recommended after you got dementia, then that disease can get worse.
Well, yes, still actually, yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Dementia is actually a very hard to cure disease. Because
Mm,
what it damages is mainly the brain. So
yeah.
how do you say this? If it's the brain that gets the damage, it's very hard to
Incurable.
repair because yeah, it's not incurable, but it's almost impossible to cure.
Hmm. Actually, I heard if someone have dementia,
Mm-hmm.
then if they do whatever the doctor recommended, then it can make the how can I say, it can make the speed slowly.
That's
So
right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's not that difficult to do their
Mm-hmm.
life. How can I say? They can live a normal life.
That's
If
right. Mm-hmm.
right, it's right. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, very interesting, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the most common symptom that you get during during this time would be how do you say this? Uh, the most common symptom that you could get from from an early age would be, I think, would be depression. Mhm. A lot of people with dementia usually are very depressed.
Hmm. Really?
So yeah,
The
yeah.
first symptom is depression.
And depression and forgetfulness.
Yeah, forgetfulness. I've heard of it, but I haven't heard of yeah, depression.
That's right.
Mm,
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it messes up with your brain's hormones and everything.
oh, I have to be cautious because I often feel depressed.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe you can go and have you can go to a psychiatrist. Just maybe you can go to a public hospital and have yourself checked for any of those. I think it's a very wise choice.
Yeah, but actually, I've been suffering from depression, but not that much. But anyway,
Okay.
since university student, since my
Mm-hmm.
university, so
Mm-hmm.
I thought just I'm the kind of person who are suffering from depression.
Ah, okay.
So I didn't suspect I might have a dementia, but based on what you said, yeah, I have
Mm-hmm.
to be cautious,
That's right.
careful.
Yeah, I mean, it's better that you know now than you find out later on, right?
Yeah, I
Diba?
agree.
So yeah, I think that prevention is always better than cure.
Yes.
So yeah. So I think we only have about 2 minutes. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have
Uh,
any questions.
yeah. Mm, okay. So you're a university student, correct?
No, no,
Oh,
I'm
not
in
anymore.
my yeah before yeah
Oh,
I
okay.
was a university student, but now
hmm
I am in my late 30s.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So what do you do now?
I'm a housewife. Yeah,
Oh, okay. And do you have children?
yeah, I have two kids.
Oh, okay. And how old are they?
My first kid is 7 or 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, my second daughter is 3 years old. I'm a little bit confused because yeah, we have our own age system. Then
All
that's
right.
why
Because
yeah,
yeah, there's an international age and Korean
yeah.
age, right?
Yeah, but when I talk about my kids' age or my age, I usually tell people international age because they are
Oh,
not
okay.
accustomed to uh, Korean age system. So that's why I calculate the age of my kids quickly in my brain. So
Ah, okay. Well, that's
mhm,
pretty cool. Yeah, I think
mhm,
that knowing that would be a very good, helpful
yeah.
thing. Hmm
Uh, yeah, I hope our if there is only one country uh,
hmm
with that had this kind of age system.
That's right.
China and Japan had
hmm
have this kind of age system before, but they changed it. So I wish yeah we also change it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe in a few years' time you'll be able to adjust to these things. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope
Mhm.
so.
Anyway, I think we are already out of time today, Elia.
Yes.
Thank you very much for taking this class with me, and have a great day. Okay.
Okay, you too. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye. Thank you.